Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Ellis. I often wonder how people have come to the idea that we're all so different. And they apply that thinking to diet and weight control, all manner of things. That we're all so different from one another. And that some things will work with some people and other things will work with others. And this won't work with that because we're all so different. The fact is, we're not very different at all. We're all constructed the same. We may vary a little. That's an acceptable notion. I might have a longer leg than you, and I might have something else that varies from you, but we're still all basically the same. We still are held accountable by the laws of nature. Now, there would be no textbooks of physiology or biochemistry if we were all so different. So the basic physiology and biochemistry of the body is all the same. We all process food as fuel in the same way. So this is where we get in a lot of trouble. Now, this notion that's been out for quite some time called good carbs and bad carbs gives one the impression that there are carbohydrates that are bad for you and carbohydrates that are good for you. All carbohydrates eventually become glucose or blood sugar. Now, blood sugar binds to the proteins that make you up, making a glycated protein. This is what's causing all the damage in our blood vessels, in our brains, in all parts of our body. We're getting damaged by this glycation process. So there's no such thing as a good carb and a bad carb. What's important is to understand how many carbs we can tolerate before we really have significant problems. And my observations have been when we start getting up around 25% of our total daily calories as carbohydrates, we're going to begin to have problems with carbohydrates. I prefer a lower number than that, so the carbs represent about 10 to 15% of our total calories. Now, we know that Stone Age people lived on meat and fat and had very, very little carbs in their diet. Carbs are a thing of modern times, of the agricultural era. We just didn't have those things. That was the Stone Age diet. And that's what our bodies evolved on, and that's what our bodies are designed to use. Meat and fat. And our health is predicated on how well we return to that type of diet. If we continue to consume the diets that have become popular today, we're going to have a lot of health problems. And we do. We've got the obesity epidemic. We've got all these other health problems, such as diabetes, neurological diseases, all these different things that are arising because of the type of diets that we're following. Our sedentary lifestyle is contributing to that. And people are just completely confused as to what they should do. So through my work and through this website, I'm trying to teach you how these things work. And there are going to be those who are resistant to my message and others who will embrace it. I'm Dr. Greg Ellis.